Hello there, this video is a complimentary video for the video that we have all about our Russian barbecue skewers. So what I'm going to do today is a recipe for chicken shashlik, or you may know it as chicken tikka or chicken cubes or grilled chicken or whatever you want to call it. I would call it chicken shashlik. So it's basically marinated chicken cubes on the skewers cooked over charcoal. So this video today we're going to do the recipe. Now you don't have to worry about following everything I say, because down below the video on YouTube I'm going to put a link to the blog and the recipe will be on there. Now this chicken shashlik is something I first learned to do in the time that I've spent in Russia, but also other parts of the world. I've been in China, in Hong Kong and other places I've spent time. You tend to take little bits of influence of what you eat in those places, or particular spices that you like. And then of course you take a bit of influence from Indian cooking in the UK, that's very popular in the UK, and everybody tends to make their own. So I'm going to give you my own twist of chicken shashlik, which is probably a little bit spicier than they would normally have in Russia, but a bit more suited for the European and certainly the British taste. So I'm starting here with about just shade over 2 kilos of chicken, and it's been cubed into quite reasonable sized pieces. Chicken breast, good quality chicken breast. With all this type of food, I would say always try and really buy the best ingredients that you can and try not to skimp. So what we've done with the chicken first, we've cut it, and you want some lemon juice or some lime juice, not a great deal, maybe the amount you find in 1 lemon, or if you're using like a glass bottle of it, maybe like this much. And you want to cover the chicken in lemon, and you want to leave it maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. And then you see it goes just ever so slightly white. The acid sort of has that effect and eats into the meat a little bit. And then that becomes important for what we're going to do next, which is the marinade. Now, as with chicken tikka of any description, this is a yogurt-based marinade. So I'm using Dutch organic yogurt from Waitrose, which for me is certainly one of the better ones. Really, you can use any kind of natural yogurt. But again, it goes along with my ethos of using probably the best ingredients that you can find. So we've got 450 grams of yogurt in there, and we're just going to add a few bits and pieces to it to make the marinade. Garlic is the first thing. This is an epicure sweet roasted garlic puree. You don't have to use puree, you can use raw garlic. You can use whatever garlic you're comfortable with, but puree is nicer. How much garlic do you like is the answer to how much you put in there. If I can get less on the table and more in the pot, it would be all right, wouldn't it? So I generally stick around about 2 teaspoons in there, but I like garlic, so the more the better for me. Now you want some black pepper, a lot of the spice, about a teaspoonful. Most of the big spice pots you see here are from Costco, because you'll find that they are better value in bigger containers. So salt and pepper on the yogurt, garlic. Now this other stuff, you're basically going to put about a teaspoon of each in. Ginger is one of your ingredients. If you've got ginger puree, all the better. If you've got raw ginger, you can grate it very, very fine, all the better. Today I'm just using ginger powder. Again, very convenient from Costco. Cumin. Don't overdo it on the cumin, otherwise you get too much of a curry flavour. Maybe just 1/2 to 3/4 of a teaspoon of the cumin. Now paprika is one of the things we're going to use to give it its red taste. It's not going to be as red as the tikka that you find in Indian restaurants, because they use very often a whole bunch of food colourings to make it like that, which we're not using. We're only using natural stuff here. A teaspoon of turmeric. Chilli powder, or if you've got raw chilies, you can blend them, add them in, but chilli powder's okay. Depends how much chilli you like. I've bunged 1.5 spoons in there. Again, there's no exact science to this stuff, really. It's just a question of doing it to your own taste. So just feel free to add a little bit more of something you particularly like and a bit less of something that you're less keen on. Ground coriander is a bit of a staple in all this type of cooking. And then coriander leaf, ideally if you've got fresh coriander you can chop up, you can bung it in actually towards the end. Today, because I haven't, because it's the middle of winter and there's not much of it around, we're using this coriander powder from the supermarket. Now, even though this is yogurt, I'm going to add in some olive oil. Again, with olive oil, you want the good stuff, you want the extra virgin, you want glass bottles. This is one that I've marinated chilies and garlic and all sorts of stuff in there. I top it up from time to time, so it's got a little bit of flavour in. You just want a couple of teaspoons of that in there, and that does, I find it helps when the meat is cooking over charcoal. And then you want to blend it all together. So have you got a NutriBullet or what have you got? I use one of these things. You've maybe got one of these, but whatever. I mean, you can mix it by hand if you like. It's not really. It depends as well how much chopped stuff you've got going on in there. If you've got chopped garlic, it's more important to blend it. If you've got powders like this, you'll get away with stirring it. So now we're mixed, and you want it looking something like that. Make sure you've got your spoon in there and got all the bits out of all the corners, and then nothing too clever here. You're just pouring it over the top of your meat. Now those spices are fabulous at getting under your fingernails and things like that. So I generally wear some gloves for this bit and the next bit. So we're just going to give this a good mix like this. And it's probably okay from a hygiene perspective to wear gloves anyway. But this stuff, you'll be scrubbing it out of your fingernails for some time. You think you've got it all and you haven't, so it's pretty good to do it like that. So you've got your marinade. What you need to do with this, you can bung it in the fridge. And you want to leave it as long as you can really before you cook. You want a minimum really would be like an hour or 2 hours. Ideally the following day, or I mean you can even stretch it to 2 days if it's in the fridge. But overnight would be ideal to allow all the flavours to marinate properly. So as you know, if you've watched the other video, we have our own skewers which come from Russia. And there's a whole long story about how we've got them, where we got them from, and we were the first to have this particular type of skewer in the UK. And I'll explain why. Because we're going to cook over a big circular barbecue like a Weber, like a 54 centimetre Weber. This is a cheap skewer that you're going to buy on somewhere like Amazon, right? And I'm going to show you, I'm just going to give you a quick example of why these are no good. If you skewer up meat onto a cheap skewer like this, and when we do it fully, we're going to put like half an onion on the end and all this. You put this on a barbecue, you can see what's happening. It goes like a banana. So what happens is you start cooking, all this gets burned, all this is raw, all your guests have got food poisoning, and it's really absolutely no good at all. Don't use cheap skewers that are false economy. They're no good. Proper, nice, stainless steel, catering grade Russian skewers, 3mm thick, 55 centimetre blade. I've got another video all about these, like I said. These are, as we say, the dog's bollocks. These are very good. These skewers are recommended by the UK Barbecue magazine, the editor of which, a guy many of you in the barbecue world will know, a guy called Marcus. There's a lot of the barbecue channels on Twitter and Instagram that recommend these exact ones. So obviously depending how big your barbecue is, how wide it is, depends how much you're going to put on it. Now I'm going to show you a little trick that actually a guy at Rush Home Chippy, which is a very, very well-known kebab shop in Manchester, showed me. And that is, you want a small onion, or you want half an onion if it's a big onion, but you want an onion. And you want an onion on the end of your skewer like that. And the reason why you want it, and I'll show you when we're cooking it, the reason why you want it is because when that onion's cooked, you can't always tell when the meat's cooked, because it's got a yoghurt marinade on it, if you cook it till it's all going black all over the place, it's probably going to be too dry. And you need to cook this absolutely optimally so it's still juicy and it's still got all its flavour. And the little trick to that is this onion. Once it's cooked, and you'll test it on the barbecue with your tongs, once that onion starts to move, it's a fairly good indicator that your chicken's cooked. So we're going to get more of these loaded up, and we're going to cook them, and let's see how that goes. If you have the opportunity to cook over charcoal, really, I would always recommend that you do. You can get a Weber barbecue like this, not much over 100 quid, maybe 150, and you get what's called a chimney starter there, and the food is going to be better. So it's ideal to cook this with the lid on. Like that, you can see that's cooking quite nicely there. Bung a few veggies on too. Little vegetable shashlik's always nice. And as you can see, that's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So there it is, I'm quite pleased with that. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I will put a link below not only to the skewers, I'll put a link also to the blog post where you can get the exact recipe. Don't rely on what I said earlier on in the video verbatim. I'll put the exact one and quantities and everything on the blog post there for you. So if you like that, down in the corner now, you'll find the skewers coming up here, if you want some of these skewers, and you'll find another one of our cooking related videos over there. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and you're welcome to leave your opinion down there in the comments. See you next time. Happy Shashlik.